Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, my name is Askar Absra. Today I want to make a presentation about my HC task, talking about science material in my grade, which is ninth grade, the last section of this minute. Uh, so let's just start. Today we are going to present my science, as I said before. Let's just I'll call the material I will mention one by one. It's pressure, scalar system, Pascal's law, Archimedes law, hydrostatic pressure, atom, and connected vessels. Pressure. The first thing we are going to talk about is pressure. Is amount of force acting on certain area. In simple words, pressure tells us how strongly something pushes on a surface. The formula of pressure is pressure equals force plus area, or P equals F per A. The units of pressures is Pascal, which is written as PA, big big P and small a. If the force become bigger, the pressure also become bigger. But if the area becomes larger, the pressure becomes smaller. For for example, imagine if you're wearing someone wearing sneakers and high heels. The person with sneakers will do the activities there, like walking, running, doing something we usually did if we use uh, uh, something to protect our legs. High heel because of and all of that is because of high heels have a very small contact area, so they created a high pressure on the ground. Sneakers have a larger contact area, so the pressure is lower and more comfortable. Another example is a sharp knife. A sharp knife has a thin edge, so it produces greater pressure and cuts foods more easily. Pressure is very important in our daily lives because many tools work based on this concept. Like just I mentioned before, like sneakers and uh, high heels, knives, and so on. That's a lot. Yeah. Mm, the second I will mention is Pascal's law, discovered by a scientist named Blaise Pascal. We know that the law is based on his name. Then pressure applied to a confused liquid is confined liquid, transmitted equally to all directions. This means if we press one part of a liquid inside closed container, mm, the pressure spreads throughout the liquid. This principle is used in many hydraulic machines like car lifts, brakes, jacks, and so on. This makes lifting heavy object more easier. Thus Pascal's law, like sheesh. Mm, they use like some multiples the force. They created a system that multiple the force, so that makes they live something easier. The third is skeletal system. Next, I will explain the skeletal system. Skeletal system is the framework of our body. An adult human have around 206 bones. The skeleton has several important functions. First, it supports our body and gives it a shape. Without bones, our body would collapse. Yeah, of course. Without the bones like this, yeah, our body will be contained by just skin, meat, makes us like jelly something. For example, and it also protect important organs like skull that protect the brain. Also, ribs protect the hearts and lungs. The spine protects the spinal cord. The third Bones helps us move, yeah. Mm. Bones work together with muscles. When muscles contract, they pull the bones, allowing us to walk, run, jump, and move our arms. For bones produces blood cell inside the bone marrow. Uh, Bones also store uh, minerals like calcium and phosphorus. To keep our bodies healthy, our bones healthy, we should just keep giving them what they need, which is all of us now, as calcium that we can get from drinking a milk, vitamin, some sort of that thing. The fourth is Archimedes law. Let's learn about Archimedes law. It is a famous Greek scientist. He discovered that when an object is placed in a liquid, it experiences an upward force called buoyant force. Archimedes' law states the buoyant force acting on an object equals the weight of the liquid displaced by the object. This explains why some objects float while the others sink. For example, a wooden block floats because its density is lower than the water. A stone sinks because its density is greater than the water. Let's go, bro. My explanation are big. The ships are made of steel, but they can still float because their overall density is low due to the large amount of air inside the ship. Submarines can float or sink by changing the amount of water inside their ballast tanks. I actually don't know what is it all about, ballast tanks. Never had one of those. Archimedes law is also used in hot air balloon, life jackets, and floating bridges. The fifth is hydrostatic pressure. Hydrostatic pressure is pressure produced by a liquid because of its weight. The deeper we go underwater, the greater the pressure becomes. This is why divers feel more pressure in their ears as they swim deeper. Hydrostatic pressure depends on three factors: the density of the liquid, gravity, and depth. It does not depend on the shape of the container. Examples include swimming pools, dams, water tanks, oceans. Engineers build dams thicker at the bottom because the pressure is much greater. And just the example of the effect of pressure, like if we dive without any proper things or protectors, maximum depth that can reach by a professional diver is around maybe like 1,000 meters or under it. I don't know, really, forget. Yeah. Very important in designing underwater equipment and large water structures. The the sixth is atom. Now I will explain about 8 atoms. An atom is the smallest unit of matter. Everything around us is made of atoms. An atom have three main particles: protons, neutron, and electron. For different number of protons with different elements. Electrons have negative and positive charge. Neutrons have electrical charge and are also located in the nucleus. The seventh is collected vessels. Finally, when they contain in the same liquid and are open to the air, the liquid surface will always reach the same height. This happens because air pressure at the same depth is equal. Examples of connected vessels include water towers, water pipes, building plumbing systems, water level indicators. Connected vessels help distribute water evenly to homes and buildings. This principle also used in irrigation system and water supply networks. Evenly is same like equally, yeah, equally. So, mm, uh, they get the same amount of water. Okay, that's all of the material in ninth grade I know. That's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.